At the base of the Rocky Mountains, Denver is a city perfect for postcards. But zoom in closer to the inner city and you'll find a place with many big city challenges like crime, poverty, and struggling schools. Jeremy Meyer is a Denver Post reporter.
Things must have been pretty bad at Denver Public Schools.
Things were bad.
Enrollment was falling, and there were schools with more than 90% of kids failing standardized tests. Other schools with as much as 80% of students dropping out.
A lot of people want to come here, but companies were even saying we don't want to come to Denver because the schools are terrible.
You can either type the whole line.
Then came something called the Denver Plan. Education reform so bold, now school districts all over the country are paying attention, including Shelby County. The two districts are similar. In Denver, 76% of the students are minority. The new Shelby County Consolidated District will be 79% minority. Both Denver and the new Unified District will have a majority of low-income kids who qualify for free and reduced lunch, and both have a significant number of students considered disabled. But much like Shelby County, Denver has some high-performing schools where the test scores are good, and the parents want those schools left alone. And that's exactly what the school district has done. But underperforming schools are undergoing a radical change. And depending on the school, there are 3 different ways the Denver district is hoping to turn things around. First, it's closing many schools that are failing. Second, it's bringing in a lot more charter schools. And third, other underperforming schools are being turned into so-called innovation schools.
People are actually excited about sending their kids to school in this neighborhood.
An inner-city neighborhood that school board member Dr. Nate Easley grew up in.
You know, when you give people choices and when you're willing to step up and take leadership, and when you don't make an excuse for failure, that's when you start to see the schools turn around.
And they are. Overall scores are getting better. Graduation rates are climbing, and overall enrollment is way up. The entire school culture is changing here.
How are you getting the kids to class? That's a main issue we're having in Memphis is truancy.
It sounds kind of corny, but when you love kids, they'll love you back. And they'll do that by showing up.
One way to help kids get to class, a whole new approach to buses. This is the Success Express. An entire section of struggling Northeast Denver was targeted as a turnaround zone with traditional, charter, and innovation schools. Parents choose a school in that zone, and the buses run more like shuttles, stopping at all the schools. Every child is picked up and dropped off within a mile from their home, and buses run until the dinner hour for kids who need some extra help or take part in extracurricular activities.
What's up, Anthony? So we'll walk. Let's go, let's go, let's go!
Inside turnaround schools like high-tech early college, there are high, unrelenting expectations. Failure is not an option. Teachers and principals like John Fry are expected to be highly involved in students' lives. Often just little things like having every parent's number on a cell phone so he can call when a kid is tardy or make straight A's.
It's a very real in your face kind of experience.
Even posters in the hallway have a different role, appealing to a student's competitive spirit.
Another tremendous motivator you have is what you're doing right here. All it is a poster on a wall, but it says a lot. Describe what it is. We got every student and their student number right here.
Right.
How they did last year on the standardized test, and now over here how they did this year. And there's quite a bit of improvement.
Which kids have the best and worst attendance? Well, it's on a poster. Which classes are doing the best in finishing their homework? There's a poster for that too. Students are responding to the attention.
Does it work for you, and how?
It definitely works for me. And I think it's because it shows me that I'm doing well in this school.
These teachers actually care about you. You just have to be really strict on them.
The obsession with data is district-wide. Students are tracked every way possible.
Let's say I have the number.
And so are teachers and principals. College grads who are aspiring teachers are being hired on the cheap to lead small tutoring sessions during the school day. Often they're hired to replace teachers who are later let go for not meeting performance goals.
If we don't see the needle moving quick enough, then we have to make a change. It's so urgent in turnaround that you cannot wait.
The Denver Teachers Union feels reform efforts are unfairly targeting its members. They're protesting, and although they've lost the upper hand recently, they're still donating lots of money to school board candidates on their side.
What I see happening in this district right now is that seasoned, experienced teachers are not being respected and they're not being valued.
The district disagrees. Dr. Easley says proof is in the numbers.
We're all responsible for kids learning. We're all accountable when they don't learn.